All right, welcome back, hackers and hackerettes. In this, I guess we can call them modules. So in this module, we're going to go over cloud computing. I'm assuming you have been watching these in sequence on my playlist, Computer Fundamentals, TryHackMe Security Computer Fundamentals. If you're not, please watch them in sequence because you'll be missing a lot of context. Now, let's get into cloud computing fundamentals. Imagine you have a fantastic idea for an app that helps students practice cybersecurity, and you host it on your own computer in your own country. But what can you do when users from other parts of the world try to access it and experience lag? What if many students connect at the same time, or your computer is turned off? These limits make it hard for the app to grow. That's when cloud computing comes to play and solve these problems. The cloud is built on top of technologies you already learned, like virtualization and containers. These enable running many applications efficiently on shared infrastructure and quickly creating or changing environments when needed. In this room, we will explore the basics of cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Service models of cloud, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Cloud types, private, public, and hybrid. Benefits of cloud computing, how big companies are using the cloud. I only know this software as a service. I don't know what P is or I is. Infrastructure as a service. Okay, what's P? Platform as a service. Okay. Benefits of cloud computing, how big companies are using the cloud, and so on. So, virtualization basics room. We have already done this in the previous video, which is why I ask you to watch these in sequence. Cloud computing overview. Cloud computing is the perfect solution for the challenges in the application you have designed, such as moving your files from a single laptop to online storage that you can access anywhere. Instead of running your app on one computer in one country, the cloud lets you use computing resources over the internet. This makes your application easier to access, more reliable, and ready to grow as more students start using it. How servers evolve to cloud. Before we start diving into the cloud details, helpful to understand that cloud computing did not appear suddenly. It is the result of many years of changes in how servers were used and managed. Each step business looked way. Okay, so basically it did not jump from nothing, essentially. So the benefits: scalability, on-demand self-service, pay only for what you use, security, high availability, global access. So the types of the cloud. Okay, now let's actually focus on these things. Deployment types. You can choose for a cloud environment. Public cloud, used by startups, websites, and global apps because it is affordable, easy to scale, and requires no infrastructure management. Public cloud services are preferable for nearly every use case. Private cloud, used by banks, healthcare, and government organizations because it offers greater control, customization, and compliance for sensitive data. Hybrid cloud, used by companies like e-commerce platforms that need to keep sensitive data private while still scaling publicly during high demand. Just like there are different ways to deploy a cloud environment, there are also different ways to use cloud services. Depending on your experience and needs, you can choose the level of responsibility that fits your application. So let's look at the main ones. Infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. You rent basic computer resources such as virtual servers, storage, and networking. You are responsible for managing the operating system and your application, while the provider manages the physical hardware. And then you have platform as a service. The cloud provider manages the infrastructure and the operating system. You focus on building, deploying, and running your application without worrying about servers. Then you have software as a service. You use a complete application over the internet. The provider manages everything, and you access the software through the browser or a browser or application, for example, Gmail or Zoom. Think of cloud service models like different ways of renting a place to live. You choose the furniture, install appliances, and handle maintenance inside the house. Basics are already set up, you move in and focus on living. And SaaS, everything is ready to use, cleaning, maintenance, and services are handled for you. So it's like a hotel, semi-furnished and empty. Okay. Major cloud vendors. There are several cloud vendors offering a variety of services, but Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is the industry leader with the most extensive offerings and global reach. Other well-known cloud providers include Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, or GCP, Alibaba Cloud, a major player in Asia. IBM Cloud, hybrid cloud and AI-driven solution. Oracle Cloud, enterprise applications and databases. Each of these vendors offers a range of services, but AWS remains the most popular due to its vast infrastructure and support for businesses of all sizes. AWS is Amazon Web Services, by the way. How companies are using the cloud. Netflix runs its entire platform on AWS, so it can scale globally, stay online during peak demand, and stream content reliably to millions of users at once. Spotify uses the cloud to handle millions of songs and users, scaling quickly when new musical features are released. Instagram relies on the cloud to store massive amounts of photos and videos, deliver them fast around the world, which probably means they're using some kind of good CDN. If you don't know what CDNs are, go back to the videos that we made together talking about the network. Or I think, was it how websites work? Yeah, probably how websites work. Online stores use the cloud to handle traffic spikes during Black Friday without buying permanent infrastructure. These companies use the cloud because it lets them scale easily, reduce costs, stay reliable, and focus on improving their products instead of managing hardware. Next, you apply the same ideas. Okay, what is the characteristic of cloud environments that enables you to handle an unexpected increase in access to your application? This is called scalability. What is the most common type of cloud deployment used? Common type of cloud deployment used. I'm gonna say it's public cloud. Suppose you want to deploy an application to the internet, focusing only on application development and leaving infrastructure. What type of cloud service? It's probably like SaaS. Or no, sorry, infrastructure as a service, I would say. What type of service would it be? Isn't it one of these, like SaaS, PaaS? Is it the PaaS is what they're talking about? Yes, it is. Okay. So it is platform as a service. Okay. Deploying a cloud instance. So far, you've learned what cloud computing is and why companies use it. Now it's time to see this as they is in action. Open the Cloud Console by clicking View Site. You need to understand a few basic concepts from AWS. EC2, Virtual Computer Server. EC2 represents a virtual computer in the cloud. Just like a real computer, it has a CPU, memory, and can run applications. Whenever you add an EC2 instance, you are adding a computer to your environment. So this is what an EC2 is. Instance type, T2, T3, and M5. Instance types describe how powerful the virtual computer is. Some have more CPU and RAM and therefore more expensive. You choose the instance type based on your needs, knowing that bigger instances equals more power plus higher cost, minor instances, less power, less cost. Okay. Deploying your environment. You will create 3 virtual computers, EC2 instances. Okay. You can do it in the top right. A region represents a graphical create. Now go to create lab machine. Okay, so I think he means create virtual machine, not create lab machine. Instance name, application interface. I can't copy. Okay, there we go. T3 micro, status running, create VM. So there we go. By the way, this is definitely not real, in case you're wondering. It just like gives you an idea of how it works. Now let's create 2 testing computers. All right. Study machine 1. It is an M5 large. And then study machine 2. It is an M5 large. Your instances block should look like this. Where is my instances block? There it is. Billing analysis. If we go to billing here. So 170, yes. both study machine 1 and 2. Okay, stop. We have 30 credits. Okay, what is the total cost of credits of the entire environment if study machine 1 and 2 are stopped? This is going to be 30. Does an M5 ECT cost per month? M5 large is 70. Total cost of credits if only the new instances we created are running. So we need to delete these or stop these and then start these. 150. Entire environment you created if you add a third to 3A small study machine. Entire environment. So I need to start these as well. So 170 plus 18 is 188. And there we go. Okay. So we have key terminology and then we have these. Okay. So we are good to go. And we just finished the basic stuff with cloud computing. Or like the introduction to cloud computing. Super duper cool. And the next thing we are going to, we actually finished our path in cloud computing. So let's open our mystery chest. We got a streak freeze. Awesome. So the next module is going to be operating system basics, and this will be in a new playlist. So stay tuned. And I'm going to have all of these videos in the same pre-security playlist. So if you want to like watch them in sequence without changing playlist, you can visit that playlist. But if you want a specific playlist, then I also have those. I'm trying to organize all of the videos in their relevant playlists. A single video is going to exist in multiple playlists, so you can like find what you need, whatever you're searching for. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Give me in the comments below why you think these videos are good or why you think these videos are super bad. Any constructive criticism is always welcome. Let me know what you would like to see in these videos, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. All I'm trying to do with these videos is give back to the community because I learned from the community myself for free. And this is my thank you to the community. I'm just trying to share all of the knowledge and share my learning experience and my studies with the community that I learned from. So any kind of feedback is always welcome. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in Operating Systems Basics. See you.